Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Fight Focus.
And for today's video, we will be covering MMA fighters that immediately got disqualified. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment what video you want to see next. Let's get to it. In a sport as wildly unpredictable as MMA, there's bound to be a few fights that leave you scratching your head wondering, what did I just watch? When it comes down to these MMA fights, we seem to think we've seen it all until something new springs up on us and we literally have no clue how to react. But things we don't usually see as often are disqualifications. This could be crotch shots, knees to the head, or even wearing some sort of strange attire. We have comprised a list of many times where fighters decided they were going to risk it all to make the fight go their way. Or they did something that they thought was a good idea that later ended up making them look like a douche. So without further ado, this is MMA fighters that immediately got disqualified. Number 10, Hector Lombard. The middleweight bout was part of the preliminary card of UFC 222 event at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. After Dalloway landed a body kick just before the horn, Lombard landed a right jab, then a massive left hand.
It landed to the body, we're right back. Joe, Hector Lombard appeared to land a strike after the final horn.
Yeah, I want to hear it. It definitely.
In a nutshell, Hector Lombard landed 2 punches after the bell had sounded and ref had called time, and after the punch landed, CB Dalloway was flattened to the ground as Hector Lombard continued to point at him as walking away. Number 9, Petr Yan. Aljamain Sterling is a new UFC bantamweight champion, but the circumstances surrounding his title clinching performance were anything but usual. Sterling absorbed an illegal knee from Yan of round 4 and was deemed unable to continue by referee Mark Smith.
Look at him just pressing on the head here. That's illegal. His knee was down.
The final sequence occurred as the clock ticked down around 4, with Sterling clearly down on a knee after a failed takedown attempt. Smith warned Yan of his opponent's down status. Despite the referee's warnings, Yan delivered a knee straight to the head of Sterling. Upon impact, Sterling showed signs of injury as he rolled around on the cage and tried to sit up, only to return to a lying position on the mat. Smith called for the cage side doctor. Number 8, Mike Kyle. Mike Kyle landed a beautiful kick to the face of former WEC heavyweight champion Brian Olsen, knocking him out cold in the main event at the Tachi Palace Hotel and Casino. There was only one problem. Olsen was on his knees and kicking to the head of a grounded fighter is legal.
Olsen, Kyle giving his back, looking to try and get up. He gets up and shakes him. That hurt.
Kyle made matters even worse by continuing to strike his fallen opponent while referee Josh Rosenthal vainly attempted to pull him away. It was only when referee Herb Dean, who was not working the fight, came to his aid and the officials were able to restrain Kyle. Number 7, Drew Chapman. At LFA 36, Chapman won his fight via knockout against Irvin Ayala. With Ayala unconscious and lying face down, Chapman celebrated the victory by doing a front flip off of Ayala's back. His win was quickly overturned into a disqualification because he struck his opponent after the bell. The bizarre clip was everywhere by the next morning, with takes ranging from outrage to confusion. An apologetic Chapman told MMA Fighting that emotions were running high as a pro MMA debutant, and essentially he didn't know what he was doing in that sequence. Chapman, who was 23, was suspended 90 days by the California State Athletic Commission, and his pay was withheld per commission disqualification rules. Number 6, Gilbert Yvel. This is all common sense. No matter if an official is doing a poor job or a fighter is frustrated, there's no cost to deck a referee. There's no reasonable expectation for the official to be prepared for such an occurrence. But that is exactly what Yvel did in 2004 at Fight Festival 12. The referee interjected himself in between the fighters multiple times. Yvel grew frustrated with the process, then out of nowhere he plastered the referee with the left hand that sent him to the mat. And to top it all off, Yvel kicked the man while he was down. Number 5, Konstantin Gluhov. During a bout against Latvian fighter Konstantin Gluhov at M1 Challenge 44 event in November of 2013, Gazayev was awarded the victory via disqualification after Gluhov landed an illegal kick to his grounded opponent. However, some have suggested that the fault lies with Gazayev, who spent the majority of the bout in a 3-point stance instead of fighting. Number 4, Austin Batra. Odds are you haven't heard of Austin Batra before. The amateur MMA fighter isn't a household name, but he gained notoriety for all the wrong reasons. Batra won the BFL welterweight title for less than a second. He scored a highlight reel knockout over Perry Hayer to win the strap, however at the same moment he lost it. He pumped the right hand to fake a punch before following it up with a seismic left hook that landed squarely on the chin. His adversary was rendered unconscious before he fell to earth. Unfortunately, as the referee was stepping in to award him the KO victory, Batra did something totally brainless. He leapt into the air and landed a flying double axe handle strike on his downed opponent over the referee. Number 3. Amadeusz Ferrari. Polish welterweight fighter Amadeusz Rozlik snatched a DQ defeat from the jaws of victory after he was disqualified for landing a thunderous soccer kick on his opponent during an MMA event in Poland on that Saturday night. Rozlik threw the illegal soccer kick after knocking opponent Adrian Polanski to the canvas with an expertly timed overhand right during the famed MMA 7 event in Warsaw, promoting the cage-side officials to disqualify him moments after he celebrated what he thought was a win in the Polish capital. Number 2. Nick Serra. There's a reason this was Nick Serra's last professional MMA fight. The younger brother of former UFC welterweight champion Matt Serra, Nick didn't exactly make the Serra name proud against Matt Mikowski.
There's a kick behind the knee again, and Serra just falling down. The referee's already warned him, and if he doesn't come up, he's going to make a point.
After getting beat up then trying to avoid Mikowski, Serra was ultimately disqualified after he dropped to the mat and decided to not engage with his opponent at all. The official decision? Disqualification because he wouldn't get up from the butt scoot.
Cannot get to his feet. This is over. How about Matt Mikowski? Just like that.
And last but not least, number 1, Jon Jones. Jones lost to Hamill after landing illegal downward elbows on Hamill in a December 2009 fight at the Ultimate Fighter 10 finale. Jones was disqualified and has not experienced a defeat since.
Due to intentional elbows, there's been a disqualification of Johnny Bones Jones.
Somewhat out of nowhere though, White said he'd had a conversation with the Nevada Athletic Commission, which initially declined to hear an appeal of the result to have the loss taken off Jones's record. How that played out remained to be seen, but it gave Hamill an opportunity to insert himself in the narrative. The veteran fighter, who was 2-3 since his final UFC bout in October of 2013, took to social media and said he would happily rematch Jones. He also took a shot by insinuating that Jones wasn't clean for their matchup. That right there concludes this list. Let us know how we did in the comments below.
Alright MMA fans, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, make sure to hit the notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Also, don't forget to comment below what video you want to see next.